Okay, thank you all for joining. My name is Jason Karsh, and I'm the VP of Marketing here at blockchain.com. And on behalf of everyone here, I'd like to welcome you to our event on the next era of crypto and getting to 1 billion wallets by 2030. Speakers today will include our CEO and co-founder, Peter Smith, Zen Bainum-Hurd, the Chief Operating Officer, and Tian Liu, VP of Design and Development. Today, we'll be sharing a little bit about our product announcements, previously undisclosed metrics, and context for how we get crypto and blockchain to accelerate adoption and growth. Peter will begin with a state of blockchain.com. Then Tian will reveal updates from design and our Explorer product. Zen will share some exciting announcements for the wallet. And then Peter will return to share announcements regarding the exchange and our institutional business. We'll close with Q&A. So feel free to submit questions through the Zoom Q&A chat box, and we'll hopefully get to a handful of them by the end of the chat. So without further ado, here's co-founder and CEO, Peter Smith.
Thanks, Jason, and thanks everyone for being here this morning. So I'd like to start with thinking about where are we today? Today, we're arguably the oldest crypto company still in operation, having started on a Mac Mini in a small flat in York, England in 2011. And since then, we've come a long way. We began as this block Explorer, which looks a lot like a Word document. But since then, we built an even better looking block Explorer, my favorite theme next, and have grown to become one of the most widely used crypto companies in the world. And in fact, we are about to hit a milestone of nearly 50 million wallets created. And while we've historically been quiet about our product, our growth, and our ambitions, today, I'd like to give you a sense of how we've grown into one of the most important crypto companies out there. Then I'd like to talk to you about how this is precisely the moment for crypto to shine, and then how we plan to reach 1 billion wallets by the end of the decade. First, I want to share some statistics that you've never seen before. And Jason, I'm really sorry, I'm going to go shut a door. It turns out that there's a trash truck right next to the home office. The trash truck would inevitably come when you're broadcasting to all of your prime clients, customers, and investors. But diving back in, we'd like to share some never before released stats with you. Since 2011, we've been core to crypto infrastructure with our API. Many of you will know that we were the first crypto API released. And since 2011, we've been a big part of that core crypto infrastructure. Today, we're processing about 1 billion API requests a day. This is about 20,000 API requests every single second. We're trusted around the world with requests coming from nearly every country on Earth, and we're powering infrastructure for many of the names you know today. In the past, we've powered core infrastructure for Bitstamp, Ripple, Coinbase, BitPay, Kraken, and many others. Most importantly, we now account for 1/3 of all Bitcoin transactions. Since the beginning of May, we've made up 32% of all BTC transactions just with the blockchain wallet. If you include our exchange and our trading API, we're well over 33% of all Bitcoin transactions. And while this is impressive since the beginning of May, since 2012, when we began collecting this data, our products have collectively made up nearly 1/4 of all Bitcoin transactions ever performed on the Bitcoin blockchain. We're also one of 4 crypto companies that have had 100 million visits in 2020. Blockchain.com, along with Binance, Coinbase, and BitMEX, have all surpassed this key metric for an internet business. Alongside the 105 million page views, we've had 42 million unique visitors to the website already this year. On the halvening day alone, we had 2 million visitors view one page on the Explorer to watch Antpool commit the 630,000th block for the halvening, aka the Super Bowl for crypto nerds like me. And last week, we helped customers in 100+ countries buy their first Bitcoin. We're always going to be passionate about customers all over the world, And it's a joy to be able to help people in nearly half the countries around the world buy Bitcoin in a single week. But outside of the metrics unique to us, we're in a unique moment across the industry. Obviously, this is coming to you from a bunch of bedrooms and home offices instead of a fancy headquarters in London or San Francisco. I've got my trash truck outside. But we're in a unique moment, not just as a society, but as an economy. Public debt was already at record levels before the crisis. Now it's through the roof, and it's hard to make sense of the economy. The stock market is up, but we have record unemployment, with unemployment equaling the Great Depression. And centralized institutions have demonstrated their weakness, failing to provide adequate warning, failing to collaborate and coordinate responses and policies. And quite frankly, they're backstopping Wall Street, but not Main Street. The Fed is printing money at an unprecedented rate, and this is just the beginning of a global inflationary regime. But it's not all negative news. In this world, the internet is the undisputed hero of the moment. It's decentralized, it's reliable, and the process of digitization that was underway has only accelerated. But most importantly, the internet has been our friend. It's the place that we've gone to get information that we couldn't get from the government. It's the place that we've gone to collaborate for work, to buy the things that we and our families need, to entertain ourselves, to find community online, and even to have our favorite food delivered. The internet before the crisis was the fastest growing economic engine on the planet. This shows e-commerce as a percentage of the economy in the US, where it was 12%. What do you think it is today? And can you imagine what it'll be when we look back on this chart next year? This is exciting because we believe the internet will have its own financial system. While today it's very much a part of the existing financial systems, this process of digitization will make it obvious that just as a WhatsApp message, email, or collaboration on Figma are instant and effortless and global, our money should be too. It will enable us to spread economic opportunity more evenly rather than being hostages to the geography of our birth. Put simply, crypto is the financial system for the internet. We believe that the macro forces today in the world will accelerate the crypto thesis and drive more and more consumers to be crypto curious. And we're already seeing this today. First of all, we see more new retail trade volume in crypto than ever. And secondly, crypto is seeing mainstream folks you'd never have guessed curiously dipping their toe in the water. Everything from J.K. Rowling to people like Paul Tudor Jones. J.K. Rowling, maybe she'll buy a Bitcoin. Paul Tudor Jones, maybe he'll buy 100 million worth. But these are normal people from the normal world and normal markets that are increasingly crossing the fence to join the crypto financial system. And why? Because this new financial system will be enormous. Today, we're in just the earliest innings of the creation of a financial system for the internet. Over time, not only will there be crypto assets, but there'll be tokenized financial assets and all manner of new financial instruments made possible by a crypto financial system. What makes us different? We have a different philosophy from every other major consumer crypto company in the market. While other companies are custodial and do not trust you to hold your own money, we believe in empowering people to be financially sovereign. We believe that anyone on the planet can be their own bank, can control their own money, and control their financial future. For years, we've been told that this wouldn't work, that it would be too hard, that customers would never accept anything other than a PayPal for crypto. But we've proved that anyone can be their own bank. We're the #1 consumer wallet on chain, and we already have 50 million wallets that people around the world are trusting on a daily basis. This is why we're announcing a new goal. Years ago, I announced a goal to reach 50 million wallets. Today, we're going to reach 1 billion wallets by 2030. To do this, it means making crypto easier. It means making crypto more useful for transactions, for reducing transaction costs, breaking down barriers. It means making crypto truly mainstream. Since 2011, we've been on a mission. We believe in creating a financial for the internet system for the internet that empowers anyone in the world to control their money. This is what makes us different. This is what makes our products different. And this is our North Star. In the short term, it means creating incredible product experiences with core features for customers. And with that, it's a great time to get away from the grand vision and talk about delivering the practical reality with our VP of Design and Development, Tian, who's going to talk to you about design and our Explorer products at blockchain. Tian.
Thanks, Peter. And hi, everyone. I'm Tian, and I lead the design and front-end development teams here at blockchain. Over the past 2 years, we have quietly rebuilt and redesigned the experience at blockchain.com. Those familiar with our products have seen UI and UX improvements to accommodate the breadth of new features and offerings we've rolled out. To better reflect and anchor these changes made to our product, we're giving our logo a refresh. Since 2011, our logo has evolved a few times. Gone is the heavy uppercase logo, and in is a new approachable and clean replacement. So let's welcome this new blockchain.com logo. But blockchain.com 2020 doesn't stop there. We are refreshing our public website, and over the rest of the presentation, we are highlighting and offering a sneak peek into brand new UI, functionality, and features, all based on our new design system. So please enjoy. What better place to begin than where it all started, the Explorer and data products. Last Monday, May 11th, on the halving, we saw 2 million visitors come to our block Explorer when Antpool mined the 630,000th block. It really did feel like a massive Twitch live stream. We're refreshing our Explorer product to be more streamlined. Users will notice a more intuitive navigation and more opportunities for discovery and exploration. And in addition, we're building out new data products to launch charts and visualizations, including 5 new charts, such as the hash rate distribution over time, average fees per transactions, and 3 on-chain market signals. I'll now turn it over to Zen, who will share some news about the wallet.
Thanks, Tian. Hi, everyone. I'm Zen. I'm Chief Operating Officer here at blockchain.com. The wallet is at the heart of the blockchain.com experience. It's the people's gateway to crypto, where you buy your first Bitcoin and then go on to explore everything else crypto has to offer. Much like the internet is built around a browser, crypto is built around a wallet. Our wallet provides the basic functionality to securely store crypto and send it to other wallets. And built upon this foundation are layers of more advanced tools and features, which will expand as the crypto industry grows and evolves. The ultimate mission of the wallet is to be the end point into an entirely new financial system, to deliver next generation financial products at a global scale. To achieve this goal, we've anchored around an experience that's fast, easy, and safe. I'm excited to announce that we're bringing to market a number of new features directly to the wallet. First, customers can now buy crypto with a credit or debit card faster and easier than ever. This means a new customer can discover crypto, download a wallet, and fund it with Bitcoin all within a few minutes. You can see from the screen grab how quick and easy the process is. This will be available globally on Visa and MasterCard networks, supporting most major currencies. We're also rolling out the ability to connect your bank so that you can deposit and withdraw straight from your checking account. Next, for the millions of people holding BTC, you can now deposit it into an interest account and watch it earn 4.5% interest annually. So if you deposit 1 Bitcoin, you can earn over $400 in interest and much more if the Bitcoin price increases. When you compare this to the near zero interest rates you'll get with traditional banks at the moment, this is hard to beat. And as you can see from the product shots, This interest account is really simple to set up. You can also access your crypto and withdraw it whenever you need it. And in the meantime, your crypto holdings will steadily grow, safely held with blockchain.com. Next, you can now borrow against your BTC and receive digital dollars at 5% interest rate. These are collateralized loans for people who have BTC, but they don't want to sell, yet they could use the liquidity. This could be for trading, to pay someone, or to make an important purchase. We're expanding the availability of Borrow globally, including a state-by-state release in the US. And again, as you can see from the screen grab, it's super easy to set up and borrow crypto. In addition to all these new features, you can now manage your wallet and all your other accounts in one unified experience. Given the wallet is non-custodial, whilst features like interest account and the exchange are custodial, it's useful to see a snapshot of all of your account balances in one place, so you're always in complete control of your money. We'll be rolling out this unified experience in the coming weeks, and we're really excited to see it in the hands of our customers. And finally, we are adding more assets. You'll soon see USDT, that's Tether, in the wallet, and because it's the most popular and demanded stablecoin in the world, and it's seen incredible growth over the last quarter. And we're also adding Algorand, a project that has great potential as a platform for enabling decentralized finance at scale. To finish, this is an incredibly exciting time for the wallet because we're hard at work building a wallet ready for 1 billion users. Now back to Peter, who will discuss what's new with the exchange. Thanks.
Thanks, Zen, for updating us on the wallet. I've really been looking forward today so I can share some of the great progress we've made on the exchange since we launched it late last year, and to give you a sneak peek of what's coming down the pipeline. I'm happy to announce that the exchange is the fastest growing product in blockchain history. Funded accounts, our primary growth metric, are growing exponentially, with a 400% growth rate this year and 50% over the last 30 days alone. Over 170 institutions have been onboarded, and we're maintaining a top 5 spot market liquidity profile. We're also simplifying the UX and optimizing it for a powerful trading experience. On average, we'll ship 3 to 4 changes a week to a trading UX meant to delight our customers. Our goal here is to offer a trading experience that's simple and intuitive enough for a brand new trader, while offering enough power for any trader's need around the world. We're also very focused on providing fiat ramps with the exchange product. We already support most of the most widely used fiat currencies, from the dollar to the pound to the euro. We recently launched support for the Turkish lira. Today, I'm excited to announce that in the next week or two, we'll be one of the only exchanges in the world to offer support for the Russian ruble. Russian customers already make up a large portion of our traffic and exchange volume, so we're excited to make it easier for them to trade crypto in their local currency. Today, we're also announcing support for XRP trading pairs, which will trade against the dollar, euro, and Bitcoin. I want to take a minute to talk about our Prime program. Our Prime program is for clients who trade in high frequency or high volumes. We offer them a wide variety of benefits. Most importantly, a lot of those clients are on the call today, and I want to thank you for being one of our most valued clients. We offer Prime clients 24/7 dedicated support via email, Telegram, WhatsApp, or more. We also offer customized on-venue lending to help with any leverage needs you have, OTC trading for large blocks, and great trading terms with tight spreads, low fees, and deep liquidity. We also offer support for both the Signature and Silvergate instant payment networks, faster payments for GBP, and SEPA Instant for Euro payments. This quarter, or at the beginning of next quarter, we'll roll out margin trading on the exchange. We'll be offering a simple margin trading experience that makes it easy and understandable for any customer to add margin and leverage to their account. Finally, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention our fresh, nimble trading API, which delivers the most powerful set of options in the industry: binary for ultra low latency trading, WebSockets for highly performant trading, and REST for an easy use way to get off the ground. I'd also like to briefly talk about our markets business. Our markets business is our institutional group, where we help clients around the world with their institutional needs. The biggest part of our markets group is our OTC business. Our OTC lending business originated over 200 million in loans in Q1. We continue to trade OTC large block trades, as well as provide liquidity for top 50 coins against dark pools. We also have begun offering structured products, both options as well as structured offtakes. Most importantly, we offer ultra low latency crypto markets via our direct market access program. This is for market makers and high frequency trading firms. It's a London-based colocation with supported hardware for DMA clients, dedicated customer coverage, and 30 microsecond, end-to-end latency. In this volatile environment, it's important to tell you that blockchain.com Ventures continues to invest in new deals in the COVID era. We've closed 3 new investments during the COVID era, alongside our portfolio of early stage investments across the decentralized finance, infrastructure, and trading spaces. There was a lot discussed today, and there's a lot more to come. I couldn't be more excited to take advantage of this unique moment in the world, a unique opportunity for crypto. And I look forward to collaborating and sharing along the way. Thank you for listening, and we're ready for your questions. Jason, you're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Perfect. Thanks, Peter. Thanks, Zen, Tian, and the entire blockchain.com team for all the great work. So we'll be posting a blog later today that covers everything discussed today. We'll also, for those of you who were invited to this call, circulate a one-pager for reference. And we appreciate your time. And now we'd love to turn to questions. So thank you to those of you who have submitted questions both before this call and after. So I'd love to start off with this question. Why is it important for a wallet to be non-custodial?
Sure. So the reason that it's important for a wallet to be non-custodial is that if you don't have your own private key, you're not actually part of the crypto financial system. You might be investing in the future of the crypto financial system, but it's no different than if you held that investment in your bank account. Fundamentally, at the end of the day, a custodial account is just a bank account that holds an asset. What's really exciting about crypto is having an asset that lives on the internet, where you can take advantage of things like decentralized finance, where you can hold your own funds. And arguably that's the best use case of decentralized finance today, is to custody your own money and be truly financially sovereign. But if you have to go ask a company to send you your Bitcoins, you're not really a financially sovereign individual. You're just someone who's invested in Bitcoin and is hoping that that company someday sends you the Bitcoins they owe you.
Another question submitted is, what is your competitive edge over some of the established players, Gemini, versus some of the new rivals like Binance?
Sure. So I think one of the biggest advantages that we have is our track record. We've been in the market longer than anyone else, serving customers, keeping the site up, keeping customers safe, and rolling out products that they love. But past that, we have a really valuable brand in the space. If you look at our traffic compared to those, most crypto companies, it's an order of magnitude greater. But past that, we have customers that every day log in and transact with crypto more than any other company in the space. And that's clearly evidenced by our share of transactions on chain across the protocols. That's a huge competitive advantage. And that allows us to essentially be continually offering new products to those customers. So I saw a question in the chat box about the Lightning Network, which I thought I'd go ahead and take real quick. A lot of folks don't know, but the Lightning Network was proposed quite a few years ago, about 4 years ago, I believe. And blockchain.com actually did a wide variety of experiments with the Lightning Network back then in our R&D team. And we actually did one of the first Lightning transactions with our own client that we were working on. At the time, we believed that Lightning Network would take quite some time before it would be useful to our really consumer and retail customers, and that we'd let it mature until it was sort of more ready for our customer base. We've been following it really closely, and I think that you'll see us do something with the Lightning Network over the next year or two, but it really depends on the uptake for the Lightning Network itself. To give you an idea of scale, we would, with about 4 minutes of our transaction volume, overwhelm the entire capacity of the Lightning Network. So we're watching it, it's cool, but it's probably not ready yet for us.
Thank you. Another question that came in through the chat box is with regard to India. Is the crypto market optimistic for users in India? And perhaps we can take a lens towards other developing large markets.
Yeah, so Zen has spent time in India with the crypto community there, and I would defer the question to him.
Sure, yeah. We traveled to India a few years ago to really understand that market. It's incredibly exciting, huge potential, but also very complicated. I think any market where you have 1 billion people and an average age in the 20s and a group of people who are mobile first is ready for digital money and digital assets. And it's really a question of how and when this happens rather than will it happen. And I think it's a market really ripe for some really exciting change.
How has COVID changed the value proposition for crypto?
I think COVID has illustrated just how broken most of our centralized systems are and how fragile they are. And I think, for folks to consider moving to a very decentralized system that frankly has a lot more resilience, it helps to illustrate how bad the centralized systems are. And so I think that's the biggest thing that COVID sort of has inspired, is it's inspired people to take a fresh look at their assumptions and the way they think about the world. And then operationally, it's been a big deal for companies. We've always been very decentralized. We've always had at least 20% of the company remote, which means we had the systems to go remote very, very quickly. So it's been fine for us, but it has made people sort of re-examine a lot of their assumptions about life.
Another question that just came in was with regard to rolling out derivatives trading on the exchange. Any plans?
So we, derivatives are today in crypto are mostly about extending customers' leverage. And we believe that a better way to extend leverage to customers rather than via like a perpetual is with a margin trading product. So the margin trading product will deliver you leverage, which inside crypto is what most people are talking about when they talk about a derivative. I think that we are interested in other derivatives. So example, like derivatives of other assets. But leverage-oriented derivatives, I think we're going to have users express leverage trading positions via margin for the time being.
So we hear a lot about headlines on trading volumes, but what about actual retail usage? What can you tell us about the growth in retail?
Yeah, so right now we are just at about the highs of late 2017 for platform usage on the retail side, which is awesome. There was, I think as every crypto company, a sharp drop off in early 2018, and it's been a slow build back to those numbers. But the retail is the average user is definitely back there and back. I wanted to take a question from an anonymous attendee about creating an app for the exchange. So the exchange today is super optimized for mobile web, and about 30% of our trading volume comes from mobile web. In the long run, we may deliver a standalone app, but right now customers have been pretty on board with the mobile web experience, and it's actually the dominant way that I use the product as well. I think that in time, you'll see a functionality from the exchange inside the flagship blockchain wallet app. And that will be a really cool thing to see, but you're probably going to have to wait until mid Q3 to see it.
So we've been around for a while. What will it take for a breakout consumer financial platform to be successful in the next 10 years?
One, I think people have to step back and question their assumptions about the world, about centralized systems, and about money that the government runs. And I think increasingly folks are going to find out over the next couple of years that they don't want the government to run all of their money. And I think that the internet is an opportunity, and the internet economic system is an opportunity to do things better. And I think when people realize that, they'll begin to engage with crypto more widely.
How do you plan to generate the yield to extend 4.5% interest on BTC?
So today we borrow hundreds of millions of crypto in US dollars, and then we extend that in on-venue credit. And so, you know, that's classically how you generate yield, is you extend credit to borrowers. And so much of that yield will be generated by on-venue lending. And in fact, I think it's one of the things that folks don't realize about the whole crypto yield space. So there's a lot of apps that are offering interest on your crypto right now. And the way they do that is by making typically unsecured loans off platform, off venue, which is, you know, is an activity you have to be quite careful with. We run a very conservative lending operation. You know, we've never had a default or a missed margin call. And, you know, partly that's just because we're a larger, more established player. And so it makes sense to be much more conservative in our approach. I'd like to answer one last question from the chat, and then we should probably close out and get to work shipping all these changes to production. This question is from Roger. It says, when will these changes be rolled out to production? And I think that about a third of the stuff in this presentation is actually already in production. So everything that Tian talked about in the Block Explorer is already out there. Then there's about a third that's going to come out over the next 2 to 3 weeks. And then there's a third that will come out over the next 2 to 3 months. So margin trading would be the furthest out, and the closest changes would be the ones that Tian talked about in the Explorer. But you'll see all of these changes out over the next 2 to 3 months. And, you know, we're pretty delighted to offer these new products and services to customers. I want to thank Jason for putting this together, Tian and Zen for participating, and the blockchain team for shipping products every day to customers and delighting customers all around the world.